Yeah, I feel the way, my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah, that's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Come for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drill. Yeah, yeah, champion, yeah, we here.
Without your money, I'm not. Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plots. Heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. And then we spin the block around just like the hell in the clock. Oh, you're irresponsible without your money, I'm not. Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plots. Heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. And then we spin the block around just like the hell in the clock. Come like a bat of the hell, I dare you to cross like a reverend. In my energy paralyzed, I'm like I'm finger 11. Take a second, I'm finna send it like a parent a message to the best. If it ain't me, then you need you a confession.
Today, from TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida, it's Week 11 of the NFL on EA Sports.
It originally opened in 1995 as Jacksonville Municipal Stadium when this franchise entered the NFL. We welcome you to Jacksonville and TIAA Bank Field. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Jacksonville Jaguars. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down. One play has him up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10. They'll run with the NC State man. It's Jalen Samuels. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards. Extra receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
48-yard line.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They'll try and run for it with Connor. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Touchdown.
James Conner, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers have taken a first quarter lead.
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, Fournette. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And boy, down a touchdown already, but they're going to line up to go for it on their side of the field. They'll try and throw for it here. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from 4th down to 1st.
6-yard line.
Jones on 1st down. His throw incomplete. DJ Chark, first-time Pro Bowler, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Incomplete.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They're trying to find Chark, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro safety, Mika Fitzpatrick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick-6 for a Steeler touchdown. Mika Fitzpatrick, thinking back to last year, had a pick-6 for the Steelers shortly after coming over from Miami, and he steps up with another one here. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. And they just had that pick-6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. He finds his target, Fuller. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards.
1st and 10.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
He'll get 3 up to midfield.
27, Leonard.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
Logan Ryan on the tackle. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 50-yard line.
A handoff to Fournette.
Leonard Fournette, the ball carrier.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Off play action. Jones. He's got Fuller. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
A first carry now for Thompson. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle.
Cameron Hayward on the tackle.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jones. His throw caught at about the 5.
That's good.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Jaguars nothing.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Leonard Fournette, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are back within a score. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths, running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails, because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
Now a pass is taken in by Smith-Schuster. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down. On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. The tackle there by Monte Nicholson.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line.
Al Woods on the...
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory.
11-yard line.
Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in 1st place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
You know, are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that 1st round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. The cornerback, it's Logan Ryan who brings him down. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 12 yards there and a 1st down. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter. 14-7.
The 49-yard line.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, but it's going to be 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground now with Fournette. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Intercepted by the Steelers.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And it's second down.
Leads to 2nd and 10.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And the catch made by Johnson. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn into big plays.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now Roethlisberger on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Ben to throw again. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
A gain of 13 yards.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw again is Roethlisberger. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Steelers.
Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. From the left hash, this from 37. Boswell's kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7.
Jaguars 7.
Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
D.D. Westbrook on the return. The Jaguars take over 1st and 10.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
We now proceed to the start of the 2nd half.
Chris Boswell to kick off.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10. At their own.
Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Give them 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Jones. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. Third down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a first down pickup. You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. Operating from the gun, Jones. Flushed out right, and he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Picked off by the all-pro safety, Minka Fitzpatrick. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, and now it's 2nd down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. They go draw play. This is Samuels, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to. We're able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
D.E. Westbrook on the return. The Jaguars take over 1st and 10.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, it totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
He was tackled.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
On 2nd down now, it's Thompson. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
Thompson.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Jaguar. Really good effort. He does it himself, picks up 15, also picks up the 1st down. They're trying to find Chark, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Well, they definitely figured out something defensively at halftime, Charles. That's now 2 drives and 2 interceptions here in this 3rd quarter.
And I think the easy thing for us to say is, boy, they made an adjustment, didn't they? Or they showed him something different. I'm not so sure it's that as much as maybe he's just been impatient and forced the ball a little bit. In any event, as you noted, back-to-back interceptions thrown.
In on the stop, it was the UCF product, Shaquem Griffin.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd down, it's Connor, and he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Again, a run with Connor, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Overall, I'd have to say that's just really good team defense because to me, you can't pin that one on the running back. He had no shot there. He had a man in his face immediately.
Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. DJ Chark, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars have cut it back within a score.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Back now in Jacksonville, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter.
Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
Here's Lambo out to kick this one away. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. 1st down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown.
That was a nice catch, and not by the guy you thought it was going to be. How about the defender turning into an offensive player as soon as the ball hits his hands, and off he goes, off to the races, and into the end zone.
The rain making this treacherous, but the extra point is good, and with it, it'll give them the lead.
Hey, baby, this ain't good enough.
So 5 yards for running into. Lucky it wasn't 15 for roughing.
No doubt about it, because they protect the kickers and the guys holding the ball almost as much as they protect quarterbacks in the pocket. They don't want those types of injuries.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Here comes Johnson on the return. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they have to try and move past that pick 6 because now they're dealing with a 4th quarter deficit. And they need this drive to end in points. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Back to the air, Roethlisberger after the pick six. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Well, we can talk about it like it's just a basic route, but how about the timing on this one? Lined up on the right, runs a deep in route, and how about the throw? Right on the money. Bam, puts it right in there and on his hands. Nice completion, really good pickup.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
So we recount real quick. He had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. That went into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back. But now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one where they have a much better chance of picking up.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. And he connects with Ebron. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
They'll run here with Connor. Pushing and fighting his way in for a Steeler touchdown. James Conner, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. It's caught at the 1. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Jaguars take over 1st and 10. At their own.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Flush to his right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. DJ Chark, the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
Here's Jones throwing on 3rd and long. Escaping the pressure right. Going deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Now Jones. Won't find Metcalf. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game.
39-yard line.
So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. The throw over the middle, taken in, and all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one goes for 24 yards. Eluding the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. The keeper, who's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
It was Logan Ryan that time who knocked it away. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. And that is incomplete.
Intended for DK Metcalf.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
4th down, here's Jackson. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. So their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
A loss of a yard on the play. And it's 3rd down.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively a dime look. 6 DBs. Here's Roethlisberger. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 10. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away, trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. So now the Jags down by 7, a little under a minute to go. They need a touchdown to the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. Jackson. He's going to let it fly. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. They give him a gain of 37.
This challenge was initiated by the guys in New York. Taking a look at the play, less than 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'm sure the coach wanted to challenge it, so he's probably going to send the New York office a holiday card. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
A shotgun give to Fournette. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. Now the Jags are moving quickly in the hurry-up. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the 1st, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to do what we call flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go.
And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime. Well, with that touchdown pass, I'm going to bring up a point from earlier in the year. Some of the fans were saying, when do we turn to the rookie? Well, he's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, I love the fact that the fans are bringing that up because I'm not the head coach, okay? So he's got to deal with it. But I think it's a legitimate question. With the way their season is going, I think now is the time to turn the page and let him get some starts before
Josh Lambo lining up for the point after.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we may very well be headed to overtime. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
On 1st down, Connor, and he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Second and 7. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Elsewhere, they're into the 4th at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. And the Pack, they have taken the lead late in that ball game. If they can hold on to that lead to the end, it would up their win total to 7. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Steelers take over 1st and 10.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that'll be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Roethlisberger will throw. Johnson's got it complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And that time almost intercepted. That would have changed things here in overtime, but instead, second down. From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. Back to Smith-Schuster, this time complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 36. 15 yards on the play, first down.
First down.
Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Samuels. And a short gain down to about the 33.
Samuels, the ball carrier.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. 3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. Roethlisberger will hand a counter. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
A 4-yard pickup on the play. First down, Steelers.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
Complete to
a gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
And now Roethlisberger signals for a timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. 2nd and 2. Now Ben going to give this one the counter. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. 3rd and 1, trying to keep this drive in overtime going. A big one coming up. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5.
First and goal.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Al Woods on the tackle.
The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Now, before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. On 2nd down, Samuels. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field.